All right, once you got everything set up, let's start in child's pose. So big toes together, knees wide, forehead down. Just stretch your arms out in front. Take a couple deep breaths here, settling into our first child's pose. Start to find that ujjayi breath, breathing in and out through the nose, slightly constricting the back of your throat so you can hear the sound of your breath. And make your inhales, exhales a little bit longer. Now walk your hands over to the right side of the mat and put your left hand on top of the right so you feel a stretch through the left side of the body. And walk it to the other side, to the left side. Right hand goes on top of the left. And bring it up to your hands and knees to a tabletop position. Inhale, drop the belly, arch your back, and gaze up, cow pose. Exhale, tuck your chin in and round your back for cat. Inhale as you arch, warming up the spine. Exhale as you round. One more time. Inhale to arch. Exhale to round. And then you'll find a neutral spine after that last one. Peel your right arm up. Thread the needle. Thread your right arm through. Put your head down. And then walk your left hand forward. Maybe crawl it a little bit to the right. Start to open up the shoulder a little bit. Good. Back to tabletop. Switch sides. Peel the left arm up. Thread it through. And then walk your right hand forward and maybe to the left. And back up to tabletop. Now opposite arm and leg. So your right arm goes forward and your left leg goes back. Using your core to balance. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale to extend and reach. Good. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. One more time. Knee to elbow. Then extend it out. You can hold it here or bend your leg. See if you can grab your foot, kick it back for a little back bend. Nice. Stretch it out. Place it down. And switch sides. Left arm, right leg. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, extend. One more time. Knee to elbow. And then extend it out. Either hold or bend the leg. Try to find it and go for that back bend here. Nice. Stretch it out. Place it down, and then we'll move into our first down dog. So planting the hands shoulder width, tucking the toes, feet hips width here. Bend one leg at a time. Stretch your calves, your hamstrings. You can bend one elbow at a time, kind of move around, see how your body feels. Shrugging those shoulders away from the ears, pressing the chest back towards the thighs, pushing the weight into the heels. Walk your feet up to meet your hands. Ragdoll at the front. Feet hips width. Bend your knees and grab opposite elbows, letting yourself hang. Maybe shaking the head, yes and no. You can sway side to side, shifting the body weight from the right foot to the left foot. And then forward and back from the balls of the feet to the heels. Roll yourself all the way up to stand. When you get to the top, lift your arms up. Your right hand will grab that left wrist and pull it over to the right, just creating a side body stretch. And switch, grab your right wrist, pull it to the left. Good, back to center. Now walk your feet together, hands to prayer, starting with Sun Salutation A, Surya Namaskara A. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale to a flat back, and as you exhale, step to plank. Now you can choose to drop to your knees, or you can stay on your toes. Chaturanga low, push up lower, halfway. Then flipping over the feet, inhaling either into up dog or to cobra, finding your back bend there. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Look forward, you can step or hop both feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, lengthen, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Using your flat back. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up to stand. Exhale, hands to heart center. Again, inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step, or you can add a little hop back if you want to chaturanga, low push-up. Inhale, flip over your feet, up dog or cobra. Knees are off the floor if you're an up dog. Exhale, down dog. Look forward, step or hop back to the front. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive up to stand. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to do that first part again, but we'll stay in down dog when we get there this time. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, you can step or hop back. Chaturanga, low push up. Inhale to your up dog or your cobra. Exhale to down dog. From your down dog, lift the right leg up and open the hip and bend the leg. So you just create a nice stretch. Maybe draw a few circles with your ankle, moving in both directions. Good. Now straighten the leg, square the hip. Step your right foot between your hands for a low lunge. Drop the left knee down. Hands up to that right thigh. Sink into that lunge, stretching that left hip flexor. If you want, you can lift your arms up, gaze up for a little back bend. Maybe press the palms together. Lower the hands down to the floor or blocks, half splits. Straighten your right leg, flex your right foot, and fold. Bringing your nose towards that right leg. Rebend the leg, just go back to down dog. Put your hands down, step back, reset in your downward facing dog. And then we'll lift the left leg up. Open the hip, bend the leg, create a nice stretch. Again, maybe draw a few circles with the ankle. Straighten the leg, square the hip. Step your left foot between your hands. Low lunge, put your right knee down. And start with the hands up on that left thigh. Sinking into the right hip flexor. Hands can stay on the thigh. Or you can lift your arms up, gazing up. You might press the palms together if that feels okay on the shoulders. Lower the hands down, half split. Straighten your left leg, flex your left foot, and then fold. Stretching that hamstring and calf on the left side. Rebend the legs. You can put your hands down. Go back to down dog. Reset. Look forward. Step or hop. Both feet to the front. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Now use that flat back. Inhale, reverse swan dive up to stand. Exhale, hands to heart center. We'll do sun salutation B one time. Surya Namaskara B. From here, lift the arms, bend your legs, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, hop or step, chaturanga, low push-up. Inhale to up dog or cobra. Exhale to down dog. Lift the right leg up with a straight leg and a square hip. Step your right foot forward, warrior one. Pivot your left heel flat on the ground. Square your hips to the front, arms straight up to the ceiling. Virabhadrasana A. Exhale as you bring the hands right back down and step back. Any variation, chaturanga, low push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Lift the left leg up with a straight leg and a square hip. Step your left foot between your hands. Pivot that right heel flat. Warrior one, Virabhadrasana A. Hips square, arms up to the ceiling. Exhale the hands down to the floor. Step back, chaturanga, low push-up. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Look forward, step or hop, both feet to the front. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees, Utkatasana, chair pose. From there, press up to stand, hands to heart center. Good, separate your feet just hips width. Interlace the fingers behind your back or hold onto a strap. Inhale, open the chest. As you exhale, forward fold. Little bend to the knees as you fold. Then release the fingers. Now your peace fingers are going to hook onto your big toes. See if you can straighten the legs. If not, keep the knees bent. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold, holding onto the big toes, Padangustasana. Release the toes. Open your feet wider, Malasana, prayer squat. Turn your toes out 45 degrees, hips down, hands to prayer. Use those elbows, open up the inner thighs, press the chest forward, try to lengthen your spine. If you want to open the arms, slide your right shoulder inside the right knee and peel the arms open. Right hand down, left arm up. And then back to center. Open the arms the other way. Left shoulder inside the left knee, left hand down, right arm up. Good, back to center. Now, if you want to practice your crow pose, Bakasana, you can practice that here. If you need to skip it today, you can always go to child's pose too. We're going to do a few other arm balances today, so I recommend you practice your crow first because that's the foundation. So walk the feet in, plant your hands shoulder width, spread your fingers apart. Bend your elbows just a little bit, make a little shelf. Lift up your heels and put your knees on the shelf. The bony part of your knee on the back of the arm. Stick out your chin, look past the edge of the mat, start to lean forward. Bring the shoulders more forward in front of the fingers and then maybe lift one or both feet off the floor. The more you shift your body weight forward, the lighter the toes are going to be. So it's all about how you shift your weight to float those legs up. Good, you can play with it for another minute or so. When you've had enough, we'll meet in child's pose. You can bring your knees together in this child's pose. Take your arms alongside you. Let your shoulders kind of round forward and relax for a moment. And then when you're ready, meeting back in downward facing dog. Lift the right leg up. Step it between your hands. This time starting in crescent lunge. So you stay on the ball of your back foot and then lift your arms up. High crescent lunge. Open to warrior two. Virabhadrasana B. Pivot that back heel down. Open the arms out like a T. Hips are open. Flip your right palm up. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, modified or extended side angle. Right elbow to the thigh or right hand to the floor block. Left arm can be up to the ceiling or you can reach it forward. Palm facing down, bicep by ear. If you want that extended side angle. Utthita Parsva Konasana. Lift back up, warrior two. Inhale, reverse again. Then as you exhale, half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Right hand on the floor, block 6 to 8 inches in front of that right baby toe. Flex your left foot, keep that left hip open. You can have your eyes on the floor, the side wall, or you can challenge your balance and look all the way up to the ceiling. It's always harder to look up. So if your balance is feeling a little bit off, keep your gaze down to make it a little easier to balance. And you can also adjust the height of the block. Remember, the block has 3 heights so that you can try to get both legs straight here. Carefully step back to warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, windmill the hands to the front. Step back, chaturanga, low push up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Lift the left leg up. Step it forward between your hands for crescent lunge. Anjaneyasana, starting on the ball of the back foot, hips square, arms straight up to the ceiling. Then we open the hips, pivot that back heel down, warrior two, arms out like a T. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, modified or extended side angle. Left elbow to the thigh or left hand to the block or floor. Maybe that right arm reaches forward, palm facing down. Rotate your chest open. Try to look up towards the ceiling if you can. Lift back up, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Left hand on the floor or the block, keeping that right hip open, flexing the foot, active flying leg. Aim for that leg about parallel to the floor. Step back, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, windmill the hands to the front and step back, chaturanga, low push up. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale to down dog. Lift your right leg up, step it outside your right hand for lizard pose. Drop the back knee down and then bring your hands or elbows down on the inside of that foot or maybe onto a block. Come back up to your hands. Turn your right foot out 45 degrees. Keep your left hand down, twist your right arm back. You can stay there or maybe grab that left foot with the right hand and stretch your quad, pulling your heel in towards you. And then let go. We'll go back to down dog and reset. So step back, reset in your downward facing dog. And switch sides, lifting that left leg up, step it outside that left hand. Put your right knee down, starting in regular lizard pose first with the toes pointing forward, hands or elbows down. Then come up to the hands, turn your front foot out, 45 degrees, twist the left arm back. And you can stay there or you can try to grab your right foot and pull it in, stretching the quad. Good, let go, meet back in downward facing dog. Lift the right leg up, step it between your hands back to our crescent lunge position. This time, look down, we'll come into airplane, Degasana. Sweep the arms back, palms face the floor. Flex your left foot, internally rotate, all 5 toes pointing towards the mat. Keep your square hips, standing splits, hands to the floor or the blocks, bringing your nose towards your right leg as you lift that left leg higher, but without opening the hip. Maybe the right hand grabs the back of that right ankle. Now come back up to your fingertips, lower your leg a little bit, and see if you can come back to airplane. And then step back all the way, crescent lunge. Good, open to warrior two. Straighten your right leg, bring your left foot in just an inch or two. Shift your hips back and reach forward, Trikonasana, triangle pose. Right hand on the shin, ankle, or foot. The left arm straight up to the ceiling. Lift all the way back up and come back to warrior two. So adjust your back foot, move it out, rebend that right leg. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, windmill the hands to the front. Step your way back, chaturanga, low push up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Lift the left leg up, step it forward, crescent lunge on the left side. Look down, airplane, sweep your arms back, palms face the floor. Flex your right foot and square your hips. Standing splits as you bring your hands to the floor, the block, or maybe left hand's at left ankle, nose coming towards the left leg and lifting that right leg high. Come up to your fingertips, lower your leg a little bit, try to come back up to airplane, take your time, and carefully step back to crescent lunge. Open to warrior two, straighten the front leg, walk your right foot in an inch or two, shift the hips back and reach forward, triangle pose, Trikonasana, creating length in both sides of your waist. Use your core, come back up to stand. Now adjust your back foot and then rebend the front leg back to warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, windmill the hands to the front and step back, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Lift your right leg up. This time, step it forward to a warrior one position, pivoting that back heel flat again, squaring the hips and reaching the arms up. Interlace your fingers behind your back, or you can use that strap and hold on to that. Open up your chest and then bow forward, humble warrior. Your torso can be right on top of the thigh or just slightly to the inside of it, so you start to work your head closer to the ground. Come back up, warrior one. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to the floor, step back, right back to chaturanga, low push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Lift the left leg up, step it forward, warrior one, Virabhadrasana A. Pivot the right heel flat, square your hips. Try to interlace the awkward way now with that other thumb on top, or use your strap. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale as you bow forward for humble warrior, either on the thigh or right to the inside of it. Big bend in that front leg as your head comes closer to the ground. Come back up, warrior one. And exhale, hands to the floor, step back, chaturanga, low push-up. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Then you can bring your knees down for a second so you can watch. We're going to work on kundanyasana, or scissors, or flying hurdlers or something like that, but I usually call it scissors. It is in your Sanskrit. It's named after a sage, kundanyasana. So I step one foot forward into a lunge. I'm going to try to take my right shoulder under my right leg. So I have to duck down a lot. I have to lift my butt up, grab my calf, and really wiggle my shoulder right behind my knee. Now, when I put my hands down, they should be in line with each other. My elbows are bent like chaturanga. And for today, your first goal is just to work on that front leg to see if you can lift the right leg. Okay, so watch me. I lift my heel, I kind of wiggle it to the side, and then I kind of kick it out to the side. It's not straightforward. Now, if you get that, you can hug the left elbow in and lean forward and down. Not just down. I had to shift forward to lift that back leg. So just like with crow, my shoulders come really far forward. So I'll show you on my other side. I'm in my lunge. My left foot's forward. This time I duck down. I put my shoulder right behind there. I make sure my hands just look like chaturanga, not too wide. Pop the left heel up, wiggle it to the left, and lift that foot. Then maybe hug the right elbow in. I should feel my right elbow near that right hip bone. So I am resting my torso on one of the arms, and then my leg is on the other arm. So if you want, try it out. If you don't feel ready for that, you could go back to lizard pose and practice that as well. You could practice just trying to get your shoulder underneath your knee. You take it one step at a time, right? Maybe just working the position without lifting the legs. or just working the front leg. And then when you get the front leg, then adding in maybe that back leg. And try both sides. Sometimes if one hip is more open, it feels a little bit easier on one side. Good, nice, Gina. Nice, you guys. Those of you who have your cameras on, good attempts. Everything looks like it's in the right position. That front leg, it does not have to be a split. It's not straightforward. It's more like a 45-degree angle to the side. Yeah, so when I kind of wiggle the foot, it kind of goes almost like towards the corner of your mat. Again, give it a couple tries. When you've had enough, once you've done both sides, we'll meet in child's pose. Just make sure you even it out and at least attempt both sides, even if you can't do it fully on both sides. When you come into that child's pose, you can bring the knees together again with those arms alongside you and let your shoulders relax. When you're ready to move, coming back to your down dog. Reset, check in here with your downward facing dog. Step to the front, roll yourself all the way up to stand. Turn to face the long edge of your mat. Separate your feet wide, but feet parallel. Interlace the fingers one more time or hold that strap, open your chest, and bow forward. Prasarita Padottanasana, straddle forward fold with the hands interlaced. Release your fingers, walk your hands through your legs, stretch your hamstrings a little bit more. Walk both hands over to the left leg, grab onto the ankle or calf, pull your nose closer to the left. And walk it to the right, pull your nose to the right. Bring it to center, find a flat back. Put a little bend to both knees, hands to hips. Take your time, slowly stand up. Step back to face the front. Now we're going to work on another arm balance. You do not have to do it again. We're going to work on flying pigeon. So you might stay with standing number 4, or then if you want to add in the steps for the arm balance, you can. I'll show you first if you need to see it. Right foot goes across, so I make that figure 4. The first goal is just to hold here, maybe bend that standing leg. Then the next step is maybe just fingertips to the floor, right? Or maybe hands to the floor and you hold here to get that stretch in the hip. But if you want to do the full arm balance, Ekapada Galavasana, flying pigeon, you put your shin across both arms and you grab with your toes on your tricep to help hold that shin in place. I bend my arms and I lean forward. Remember, not just down. I have to shift forward to make that back foot light, and maybe you can lift that left foot, bending the leg, squeezing the heel to your butt. If you're really stable there, you might even straighten that left leg up really high to the ceiling. Good. Again, you can try both sides, play with it on your own, one step at a time. Hands to prayer, standing number 4 on the left side. Maybe just fingertips down and holding, maybe hands down and holding, maybe trying to get that shin across both arms, bending your arms a little, leaning forward, bringing that right heel towards your hip, or even going for that straight right leg. Take another minute, try it. If you have questions, let me know. I know it's a couple different arm balances today for you guys. Nice, Sheila. That's it. That's the right setup. Good, you guys. Again, take a couple attempts. When you've had enough this time, we'll meet in a standing position, but no rush. Take your time if you're still practicing. When you're ready, dancer pose, Natranjasana. Left arm will lift up to the ceiling. Right hand will grab that right foot or ankle. Lining the knees up first, finding your balance, and then slowly kicking that leg up, finding that back bend. Release and switch sides. Right arm lifts up, left hand to that left foot or ankle. Bring the knees together first. And then lift that left leg up for that back bend on this side. Good, release. We'll meet at the top of the mat, feet together, hands to prayer, reset. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, step back, chaturanga, low push up. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale to down dog. Shift to a plank position and lower all the way to the floor. Forehead goes down, arms by your side like airplane, palms facing down. Squeeze your legs together and then lift everything up. Chest, arms, legs, lift everything up as high as you can using the strength of your back and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Let one ear rest on the mat. Relax. You can repeat that, or this time we'll interlace the hands. So forehead down, maybe interlacing those fingers, squeeze the legs together, and then lift everything back up. Shalabhasana, locust pose for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Other ear to the mat. Relax. Now you can repeat one of those, or Dhanurasana, bow pose, bend your legs, grab the outside of your ankles, flex your feet, knees and feet hips width, and then really kick back strongly through the legs to help lift the chest up. Sometimes it feels good, rock a little forward and back, that's fine, but then really kick through those legs and hold. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. When you release, you can keep your legs bent, windshield wiper your shin side to side. And then press back to a child's pose. Reset your spine. Any variation of child's pose that you'd like. Downward facing dog. We'll be setting up for half pigeon. If it bothers your knee, you can lay on your back for number 4. But we are going to work on double pigeon later. So that's why I want you guys to do half pigeon or one leg pigeon first. So lifting the right leg up, bend that knee and bring it forward. Put your right knee behind your right wrist and straighten your left leg. Square your hips. Now you can keep your right foot close to you, or you can start to move it just a couple inches forward at most, maybe shin parallel to the front, creating a 90-degree angle, flexing the foot, but making sure your hips are still square and you're not leaning to the side. And then you fold. Wherever you're at, though, you should not feel pain in your knee. You just want to feel that stretch in the hip. If you're feeling pain in the knee, maybe back off by bringing the foot closer or using blocks or laying on your back for that lying down number 4. Walk your hands in, shake out that leg, go back to a 3-legged dog, maybe draw some circles, open the hip, move it around, anything that feels good, and then we'll meet in our down dog. Switching sides, lifting the left leg up, bring that knee forward for your 1-leg pigeon, straighten the right leg out, square your hips. Left knee in line with your hip, and then you can play with where you want your foot and your shin, whether you want it closer to you or more forward. If you do move it more forward, I recommend you keep that foot flexed, and again, no further than a 90-degree angle, and you need to still square your hips to the front. So then you fold, and one side might be different, so it's okay if you don't put your leg in exactly the same spot as you did the first side. let's go back to down dog, last down dog. So shake it out, move that left leg around if you want, and then just kind of check in, see how down dog feels compared to the first down dog. And we'll have a seat at the front, and we're going to be working on double pigeon. Now keep in mind your modification, if it bothers your knees, you could sit cross-legged, right shin in front of left, and then fold forward. And when we switch sides, you could switch sides on the cross-legged position as well. If you want to do double pigeon, you're trying to stack your shins. Okay, so your shins would be like this. So my left shin, my bottom leg, my foot's flexed, my shin's parallel with the front edge of the mat, my right leg's on top. My ankle bone is right in the middle of my thigh, so my foot here is just barely hanging off of my thigh. My foot is not on my thigh. My foot is past my thigh. Now, if your knee's up really high, you could just keep your hands on the floor like this to help you sit up tall. You could maybe gently push on the thigh to help push it down as long as it doesn't hurt the knee. Or if it's too much and the knee's up too high or it hurts your knee, cross right leg in front of left instead and fold forward. You'll still get that hip opener. If your double pigeon is comfortable, you can fold forward here. Right? You can put your forehead down on the floor, maybe on a block. Again, you're trying to stack your shins and your feet are just barely hanging off of your thighs, not on your thighs.
So are your shins parallel with the front wall, or are they like an angle back?
No, they should be parallel, like with the front edge of your mat, straight lines.
Oh my gosh, I can't do that.
Start with the bottom leg. Try to get the bottom leg parallel first and then the top leg. And you usually, again, this is not always the case. Usually you feel it in the hip that's on top more, but you should feel it in both hips. Yes, like that, Gina. Yeah, so it's harder than obviously half pigeon or the one leg pigeon. That's why we did that first. So the more you practice that, the better this will also get. Just a deeper hip stretch. Take a few more breaths here and then we'll try the other side. Now, as you come up, if you were in the cross-legged position like this, I want you to switch your cross-legged and put your left leg in front of your right. Okay, so if you're doing cross-legged, then you just switch which shin is in front, which might feel a little awkward if you're used to always crossing your legs one way. Now, double pigeon, left leg on top of right, or just make sure you switch whichever side you already did. And again, you might find one side is different. If you need to, you can gently push down. If you want to just try to sit up tall here, again, it's okay if it's here. You could just stay there, right? And over time, it'll start to work down. But if it's uncomfortable having that knee up, then go for that cross-legged position instead. If you're comfortable in your double pigeon, your feet are right off the edge of the thighs, keep your feet flexed, then you can fold forward. Part way, or maybe all the way, maybe forehead to the floor, maybe to a block, whatever feels good on this side. And you might notice a big difference between the sides. That's okay. Just stay wherever you're at on this side. Now, as you come up, shake it out. So those both were obviously for the outer part of the hips. We're going to even it out, stretch the inner thighs with our seated straddle split. So try to wiggle your legs apart as far as you can, flex the feet, and then start with a side stretch over to one side, looking under that armpit. And over to the opposite side. And when you're ready, keep the feet flexed, come up, walk your hands out, and fold forward. So inner thighs and hamstrings. And again, you just go as far as you can. If you need to stay upright, stay upright. If you can just get your elbows or blocks or maybe forehead down. Walk your hands in. Shake out your legs, bring them together. Sit up tall, legs all the way together. Flex your feet and then fold forward. Last seated stretch. You can use a strap or you can grab onto your feet, whatever you can reach there as you fold. Slowly come up. Roll down onto your back. If you want to grab a strap, if you feel like you need that, you can put your strap on your right foot, or you can just grab your right leg and pull it towards you, flexing that foot, getting one more stretch into that right hamstring. If you have the strap, put it in your right hand, or just grab your big toe or anywhere on your leg with your right hand. Left hand to your hip, open your right leg out to the right. And then bring it through center, switch hands, same leg, left hand on the strap, the leg, or the outer edge of the foot. Right arm out like a T, flex that right foot, keep the leg straight and slowly twist it across. Maybe part way or maybe all the way to the floor, stretching into that IT band, outer thigh, straight leg version of our spinal twist. And bring it to center. Release that side and switch sides. So if you're using the strap, put it on your left foot. Or just lift that left leg up, flex the foot, and pull it towards you with a straight leg. Holding on with your left hand to the strap or big toe or leg. Right hand to your hip. Open the left leg to the left. And then as you bring it through center, we switch hands one more time. Right hand on the foot or the strap. Left arm out like a T. Flex that left foot, straight leg, and slowly twist it towards the right. Back to center. Last pose, both arms out like a T. Bend your knees and cross your right leg over your left. Move your hips an inch or two to the right and then drop the knees to the left with that cross in the legs and maybe turn your head to the right. If it doesn't feel good, you could uncross the legs and still twist them to the left. Bring your legs through center, switching the cross of the leg so the left leg crosses over the right. Move your hips an inch or two to the left, and then drop your knees over to the right. Maybe turn your head to the left. Then back to center, uncross the legs, wrap your arms around your shins. Give yourself a big hug as you curl up into a tight ball. Bring your forehead up to your knees. And then letting everything go. Coming into our Shavasana, our final relaxation. Extending the legs out long, letting the feet fall open. Arms relax alongside you, palms facing up. Take your shoulders, shrug them down away from the ears to help keep the neck long. And as you close your eyes, clear away any last remaining thoughts. Take a nice deep inhale through your nose. Exhale all the air out the mouth, letting it go, letting your muscles relax into the floor. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Start to bring some small movements back to your body. Maybe draw a few circles here with the wrists and ankles, moving them in both directions. Maybe gently moving your head a little bit side to side. Anything that feels good to you. And then when you feel ready, reach the arms overhead, reach the legs long, create that nice full body stretch, getting as tall as you can. And hug your knees into your chest. Roll over to one side, coming into a fetal position. And keeping the eyes closed, use the hands to press you up into a comfortable seated position. Sitting up tall, cross your legs, bring your hands to prayer, Anjali Mudra, and just take a couple last deep breaths. Scanning the body, noticing how it feels after your yoga practice today. Let's take one more nice deep inhale through the nose. Exhale all the air out the mouth, letting it go. Lifting your hands to your forehead, your third eye center, and bowing forward. Namaste.